Hello Capricorn, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for July tarot reading, and your energy is the Wheel of Fortune. There might be some really good luck coming your way, a turn of events, and a very surprising encounter. So let's see what this is all about. What does Capricorn need to know for July? Ooh, wow. Okay, it's like a mix of good and not so good. You're definitely learning a lot, that's for sure. Oh, wow. This has to do with like a male in your life or a father figure or something like that. Or it could be the father of your child or someone who you want to be to father your children, okay? So first off, this is the energy in the past. We have got the Tower. This always throws people for a loop because they don't see it coming. Even though in hindsight, it's like, okay, those were the red flags, those were the signals that were ignored, but when it happens, it's completely shocking. It's almost like something was completely out of your control, and if there was someone else involved, it was like almost out of their control as well, okay? But it's all, even though this one looks scary, see, they're protected, but even little cat, so cute, is protected, by this protective, loving energy, right? So you're going to make it. It's just that this Tower was not stable in the long run, and so it feels like a nightmare at the time, but it's like going up a ladder that's not in your best interest, right? Sometimes progress isn't progress just for the sake of progress. I don't know if that's making any sense, but sometimes we will go in a direction, we make progress, but it's not the best direction for us, but we keep going because we're making so much progress. And sometimes when it's not in our best interest, the universe is like, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to make this whole thing fall apart, and it will force you to go in a new direction in your life with something that you thought was stable and it wasn't. That could be a work, career, it could be a relationship, it could be where you live, it could be a number of things, okay? You are coming up as the Ten of Pentacles, so you're coming up as solid, stable. I feel like ultimately your energy is a stable home life and things like that, and security, so that's very positive. I feel like there might have been a piece of information, for example, that either you found out about someone else, or someone else found out about you, or about the relationship, or about the work situation, for example. Look, for a lot of you, this is going to be a relationship, potentially a romantic relationship, but it could also be work, for example. Okay, so what you need to know is that something has come up from under the surface. Something is really positive, but it's like a birth, and birth is painful, okay? But birth creates new life and new opportunity as well, right? I feel like you and someone else might be taking a break or might be really closed off. So for example, if this is a relationship, someone might be temporarily moving out or something like that, or something happened to the home, for example. Maybe it honestly could have even been like your home was like flooded, or something happened that you've had to move out of the home, and maybe there's not a place where you and your family or partner can stay together, so you're having to stay separate. Or maybe it was one person's fault, and so you're just kind of a little bit taking some time to yourself, okay? The outcome is the Six of Cups. So, I mean, this is a very nostalgia card. This is a loving card. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of looking in the past with rose-colored glasses, not completely quite yet seeing things for what they were. You, I think, are going to be in the energy of either like being betrayed, or you are the betrayer, for example. So I feel like you might be really angry at your partner, or you did something that really angered them. I feel like they're really, this person or situation, or if this is a work colleague, they're really going to show their true colors, how strong they can be, how determined they can be. I feel like whatever the situation is, whatever with the other person, it's almost like they needed this to happen. They needed this to come out. They needed this time by themselves to bring out the best in themselves. But I think you're just really angry about this thing that happened before, right? I feel like you're very furious at them. You don't want to talk to them. Let's get some clarification cards. Kind of curious what happened. To be honest, your relationship might end with them, or if it does end, it's like it's going to start all anew in a brand new situation, right? So the relationship that you had with this person will end. It is ending, and that's just how it is, right? It might it might end completely, but for many of you, it might, like I said, start in a brand new direction. It's like you're starting from square one. So I feel like what made it fall apart may have been some information, may have been what someone said when they were just, talking, or maybe speaking quite rudely, or talking about a particular subject. This could be also a message that was received. Sometimes when people are angry or very emotional, they'll start talking, a lot, and then they'll say something that they didn't mean to come out because they were just almost uncontrollably speaking. So I feel like you, or potentially the other person, said a piece of information that just completely blindsided you, completely shocked you. It could also be the other way around, but I feel like for most of you, you heard this information from the other person. For most of you, not everyone. These are general readings, of course. And it just completely destroyed what you thought your relationship was. Again, this could be something to do with work. So it could have been, for example, a superior who, was just talking and talking. They just maybe talk a little bit too much, and for their own good. And then they said something that made you realize that your job or your position is not stable at all, right? Could be something like that. So the way that you were wanting to build your security, your family, your home, your work life is completely ending. Like you still have that energy, right? So it's just being transformed into something, I believe, that has the potential to be more stable in the future, okay? Look, the Hermit is being clarified by the Hermit. So you and this other person are definitely going to take a break. And to be honest, like, even if you are still like living together or working together, it's almost like there's this energetic just gap, and it's almost like energetically you're closed off. And that could also obviously be manifest physically as well, just not speaking to each other, or you don't have that same bond. Like the bond is broken in that way. And it's not like repairing the old one. If anything's going to happen, if it is repaired, it's going to be a brand new one with new terms and conditions. Yeah, so what may have come out is like this person does care about you, or this work, does want you to be a part of their team, but it's like they feel like maybe they're not really all in, if that makes sense. They weren't really all in. They were holding back a little bit emotionally. I think once you've got some time to yourself and you're able to really reflect and think about how things went in the past, you're going to be able to manifest much better in the future and create what you want. And you are 100% changing your priorities. You're thinking about like, okay, big picture, how do I want my life to look in regards to relationship, finances, where I live, my partner, love, all of those things. And you're really beginning to kind of think, do I want to go this way? Do I want to go this way? It is a little bit of a crossroads, but specifically like about communication and the type of person that you want in your life. For most of you, that will be a romantic partner. For some people, it might be a work partner, or how you want your relationship with your work to go. But for most of you, I think it's going to be romantic, could be friendship as well. And I think that this other person will step up and become a lot more reliable and a lot more forthright. And it's almost like there may have been, for example, look, this is a general reading, and but like, I don't know exactly how they were before, but clearly they were not being as strong and as stable and as reliable as they were before, because they're going to, at least they'll have that potential to become that, right? Because their outcome is a minor arcana, so, they could potentially fulfill this. It's really up to them. We all have free will. But I think they're really going to step up to the plate and realize that, you need more. All right, so, I actually just want to ask one more about this. Yeah, I think that when push comes to shove, you really begin to see someone's true colors and true nature. You don't know who someone truly is until they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I think you're going to really see them come out of their shell, most likely. Not 100%. All right, let's get some advice cards. Oops. All right, first advice card, Temperance, patience, patience, patience. So one, I wouldn't be making any big moves. I wouldn't be quitting your job. I mean, like, ultimately do what you think is right, but like, I wouldn't just be like doing anything abrupt. I wouldn't be suddenly breaking up or suddenly moving or suddenly quitting your job, right? Time, baby steps, right? And likely that means that things take a lot longer than you realize, and be patient, be moderate, don't go over the top, including with your behavior and your actions, right? So that doesn't mean, now's not the time to just go to Vegas and go wild to de-stress, right? Do you know what I mean? But you're allowed to go out and have, hang out, have a quiet meal with friends or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like little things, don't do anything out there. Otherwise the whole balance is going to be like thrown off. Second advice card, we've got the Hierophant. I think that you really realize that you need stability and structure, whether that's like a secure job, as in like having a permanent contract, or having a lot of insurance policy if you've a good insurance policy if you've got your own business, owning a house that has really good insurance, like literally safety, control, order. And when it comes to a relationship, you need that ring, you know what I mean? Like not just someone who's in and out and can just go off whenever, like you need that security and stability. Third advice card, we've got the Five of Pentacles. This might be manifesting from like, you might choose people that almost kind of like keep you at arm's length sometimes, because maybe you were not completely embraced and loved as a child, for example, and you're kind of almost like love to you, or home life, which is love, might have been having you kind of on the outs. Were you the scapegoat in your family, in your childhood, because you almost might be kind of attracting people that treat you in that same way. And I'm not saying it's your fault, I'm just saying to kind of reflect on that pattern, because the more we reflect on those patterns, the more we can transcend them and move above them and get what we truly want and what we truly deserve. Fourth advice card, the Lovers. Make sure that your masculine and feminine internally are balanced. Make sure that that you, everything that you want in a loving partner, it needs to be equal, it needs to be balanced, it needs to be fair, it needs to be complementary, okay? Not equal, I guess, more like complementary, all right? That's exactly what you deserve. And the first way, if you want to manifest that externally, you first need to have that internally. So make sure you're focusing on self-love, self-care. Be the partner that you want to attract in the world, if that makes sense, at least energetically. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's all in the description below. You can also follow me on social media. And thanks to everyone so much who likes, shares, comments, subscribe. Honestly, especially like the likes and shares and comments. Well, they help so much, and I really appreciate it, because I am just a little channel. And if you made it this far, you get a secret bonus card. Ooh. Okay, Six of Swords. You are going through difficult waters right now. It's actually a healing process that you're moving through. But once you get to that new land, that new opportunity, the potential will be infinite, and you deserve it, okay? Just like I said, birth brings new opportunity and new life, but it is a painful process. You are in the middle of the painful process, but it will be so worth it in the end once you get through this. I promise you this. Continue to heal, continue to grow, and have a great month. Bye.